I got to tell you, I got to ask, have you ever watched a 2-year-old? Have you ever had to babysit a 2-year-old? How many of you have had to do that? Say aye. Well, interesting enough, we have some people with us today that's what they've been doing. They've been babysitting a 2-year-old. The 2-year-old's name is Kelly. And people expected this Kelly to be 16 years old going out on the prom. No, she's 2 years old, and they've been doing a great job. Let's bring to the stage Josh, Miguel, Bobby, and Daniel. Game on, game on, game on, game on. Now, you know what? I just want to sit here for a minute, because I got to tell you, amongst all these brains, I feel smarter. Just sitting here, I feel smarter. Think about all the brain power that is on this stage. Think about what these guys are doing for you. And I look here, though. You know what? I think we need some beauty and some brains. What do you think? So we thought about, who do we get to come out that has beauty and brains? And we bring out the director of KWU, Stacia Thompson.
Woo! Thank you.
All righty. Thank you, Dinah. You are awesome and very kind. So yesterday we talked a little bit about what Command and Kelly can do today and what we've been testing with the regional labs. And today we're going to talk about where we're going here in the very immediate future with Command and Kelly. But I do want to do a quick recap from yesterday, just so that we can start off on that. And so keep me honest here, but the 3 things that we can do with Kelly right now, Daniel, is I can go back and I can do a market snapshot. I can then share that as a custom landing page as an agent.
That's right.
And then I can also do sign snaps, meaning that I can have anyone that texts details to the Kelly short code, all of those leads will immediately show up in my command, and Kelly will notify me.
That's right.
And the third one is?
Local insights.
Local insights. Now, the local insights, though, isn't available to everyone just yet, because we've just been testing that with everyone that came to Mega Camp and leadership. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. It's exclusive for those who came to Mega Camp, and this one is, honestly, this is a huge deal for us in our ability to create, defensible assets for our agents, right? This is a data set that is going to propel people's businesses, right? What you're going to see as we create these insights is you're going to be able to distribute them directly to your clients and to other agents as far as recruiting goes. It's going to be amazing.
And one of the simplest ways that you're going to be able to do that is in the, so if I'm in, right now, if I did a snap and it shows up, oh, you're in the downtown East Austin neighborhood. I then want to share that onto my social media or out into my sphere. What we're going to be doing in the very near future is allowing you to take those insights and then showing that on my landing page. And those are all things that we could be showing insights, custom landing pages, sign snaps. We could be showing and doing those things right now inside our market centers. In fact, you had someone come up to you yesterday talking about when they shared that custom landing page on a neighborhood.
Yeah, that's right. It's actually this morning on my way here, I got stopped in the hall and he said, hey, when you were talking about these features up on stage, I actually did a Kelly snap. I shared it out, put it on my local neighborhood Facebook group, and within 5 to 10 minutes, I had a response back saying, hey, I'm looking to list my house. I want to do it with you.
Yeah, super cool.
So, amazing. So,
all right, and to recap, Miguel, what are the 3 takeaways that we could be going back into our market centers and talking about? These are things we can do right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So you'll have sign snaps that you can go and look at, get listing information, get the lead notification, and get that lead into your contact database with an insight of what properties they're looking at. The second thing is be able to market your listings. So you'll be able to look at social campaigns as well as direct mailers to market your listings easily and quickly in Command.
So in that one is I can do in less than 5 minutes, I can run social media campaigns, direct mail campaigns, all inside of Command in one place without having to go back and forth, like we heard in the panelist on Wednesday, I believe, on that takes hours and hours and lots of staff.
Exactly.
And everyone can do that right now, or?
Well, now that's exclusive to all the registrants that came to Mega Camp, so you guys all have it. You can take it back and train other people, show it, demo it, but it's not available to everyone just yet.
So in a few weeks, we'll be opening up more and more, but right now we could go back and using your accounts, you can start demoing and showing this thing so that as it rolls out to everyone, everyone's aware of it.
Yeah, start labbing it and giving us feedback.
Love it, love it. Now, Stacia, all of these things you can do right now, how do we go learn and understand what's happening and get educated and trained on those things?
That's a great question, Josh. We have started KW Connect Live. This is our way of providing live training to you on what the most recent updates are to all of the technology to help keep everybody informed. And it's available from KW Connect. Just click resources and then go to KW Connect Live. Or you can ask Kelly, what is KW Connect Live? And we have a little video.
Awesome. And really quick before we jump to that video, now we started this right after Fame Reunion.
Yep.
So this has been a lab in kind of itself.
Absolutely.
And we've seen the growth in the amount of viewership and the content is continuing to grow. And so this isn't exactly a brand new program, but we encourage everyone to jump in, participate.
Absolutely, absolutely. We've had about 30 sessions so far that have been live streamed with more than 7,000 participants so far.
Awesome. Let's watch that video.
Yeah.
Good morning, KW.
Welcome to this week's
Career Growth Initiative live stream.
We're going to be talking about some really competitive strategies today.
We are going to give you an overview of all tech resources.
We are talking about Kelly.
KW Command.
Agent-to-agent referrals.
The vision.
I am so excited. The future's unlimited.
This is actually a lab in itself. Tell us what you like, what you don't like, what works, what doesn't work.
We're going to try to keep this as interactive as possible.
So we have an awesome group of panels.
We have 3 market centers joining us. We'd love to get your questions.
How are they going to have access each day?
Have all the statistics.
Awesome. All right, Daniel. So those are the 3 things we can do with Kelly right now. Now, the very first question we're all going to get when we hold those training and those labs in our market centers is what's next, right? This is interesting.
Right,
what's coming right down the pipe.
Yeah, so let's dig into that. So yesterday, you were talking a lot about the Lego blocks that we're laying down. So one of the first things, and we hear this pretty much every lab we do, that people want to see is, as we put all of these capabilities in, how can I actually easily get access to them? And we hear it over and over again. Where is my dashboard of my business that I can customize? And so one of the things we're working on is actually bringing that home dashboard into Kelly. So whether it's smart plans, whether it's your tasks, whether it's what do you need to do.
That I'm going to be able to interact with Kelly without having to talk to her?
That's right.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
That's right. The other thing, and you talked about this a lot on stage, is notifications. So we started with referrals, and you can get those referral notifications. If you don't have Kelly, you're missing out. Well, we're starting to put, for all of the features that we're adding in to Command and to Kelly, more and more notifications. So we're going to allow you to manage those, to organize them, all within the app.
And the goal there is, from the labs, is people want to be able to get out of email. And they wanted to say, I just want Kelly I want to tell Kelly what I want to know about and when it happens, either daily or real time. And then Kelly's able to take me out of email because she'll notify me on key events for my business right in my hand. Yeah,
the trend is actually, they say, well, I don't want to tell Kelly to do something. I want Kelly to tell me when I need to do it. And this is going to allow us to do that.
That's awesome.
Great. And the next thing, so early on, we taught basically Kelly to listen, right? But coming up next, we're actually teaching Kelly to speak. So what I wanted to do here was, let's do a little bit of a live lab. We're going to play it. We're going to play a voice. I want to poll the audience. You can raise hands or scream, whatever works. And if you
or run out of fear and terror.
That's right.
So this is now before we set this up, there are some limitations. So there's a reason that Siri and Alexa have slightly of a programmatic voice. And it's because there's billions of responses that you can have, and having someone record every permutation, every dialect, and every language is challenging. So you want to create these programmatic voices so that you can do it. So that's why they all sound slightly robotic. So I want to prep everyone. Will sound slightly robotic. And so we're going to do the lab. You're going to ask how many people like it, and you raise your hand, and then I'll ask how many people don't like it, and we'll raise your hand, and we'll do a live, real-time lab, and you guys will have a major influence on the future voice of Kelly.
That's right.
Hey there, I'm Kelly, your virtual assistant. I don't take vacations or coffee breaks, so I'm always here to help.
All right, Daniel?
All right, so let's take a poll. How many people think that the voice is great? Oh.
How many people think we should keep labbing that?
There we go.
And that is Labs Live right there.
That's right.
And that's why the feedback loop is so important.
Yeah. But this will be, one of the things we've heard though is that this will be great because we know that agents are always on the go. I mean, they're running their business out in the field, and adding voice is going to allow them to have a truly hands-free experience. And so we're going to continue labbing that. We're going to keep bringing agents in. One of the cool parts is the reason we want to get voice right is think about this. So imagine in a future world when Kelly can talk back, it understands your business, it understands your listing appointments, it can actually do script practice with you. And so you can be in your car talking, understanding, and doing real script practice. So that's right. You can start to see where we're going. That's great. The other thing, one of the things we hear constantly is, I love Kelly, but I want to be able to make Kelly my own. I want to customize it for myself, for my business, for my team. And so you're going to start seeing these types of customizations coming in where you can choose what you want to see and how you want to see it. Oh, Mary's. We have a vote submission in from Mary tonight. That's right. That Daniel's voice is the front runner now for Kelly. All right. Well, I'm gonna. All in favor for that? Can we get a clap? All right. Well, I'll start working on that. I love it. Yeah. The creator of Kelly is the voice of Kelly. That's right. Love it. Stranger things have happened. The other thing, so one of the things we hear is, okay, Kelly can do, we've actually, in the last 6 months, we've doubled the amount of capabilities in Kelly, and that creates an interesting challenge, which is how do I discover and find everything? So we hear this constantly. This actually goes to what we're gonna do with training, but we're gonna build into Kelly the way to easily discover skills. So we'll have pages that'll have images and tutorials on how do I actually get value out of this, and it'll be right in the app that you can access that. And then the last thing I want to talk about, so we taught Kelly to speak. We taught Kelly to listen. We're going to teach Kelly to speak, but we're also teaching Kelly to read. So behind the scenes, we're putting in features that will allow you to send documents into Kelly, which Kelly will read and interpret and store data for you, removing manual data entry, freeing up time for agents. This is a huge leap. There's a lot of work to do on it, but it's going to be immensely valuable to agents and their businesses. Absolutely. And the last thing that I just wanted to share with everyone, so we actually did a Labs Live here at the event. We had multiple lab sessions in the kind of glass see-through area at the tech booth, and what they were doing in there is they were designing a new Kelly skill. And so just real quickly, the summary of that is they came in, and one of the big ideas they had is I want to see a map of my database. And then from that map of my database, I want to be able to do all types of things. Market to them, get directions to them, reach out to them, add notes to them. And so that we got that feedback, and we already have a prototype working of that we will be releasing when we accepted the challenge of adding lore to snaps. We'll be coupling that and releasing that to everyone, that 30-day challenge. And so that's a pretty cool, and it really speaks to the velocity and the speed that we're starting to move. So we doubled capacity between Fame Reunion and now. We're going to double capacity again to really start to get that exponential growth. Yeah, it's great. Essentially, within 4 days, we went from idea to sketches to designs to actual prototypes and a working system. And as soon as we can get that out, and within the next week, we'll be able to have that out in your hands. I love it. I keep saying 30 days, and they keep making it shorter. Yeah, we're going fast. We're not slowing down. All right, let's move on to Command.
Sure.
All right, Miguel. So again, we did the recap. The first question that we're all going to get is, well, where's it going? What's coming next? Why do I need to plug in now? And it's so that they can, as these things get rolled out, they'll be the first ones that have access to it. And so what does that mean?
Yeah, absolutely. We're actually working on so much stuff in Command right now that it's impossible to go over everything in the time we have today. So it's really important to start now with what we have, so we're going to add more and more, so you're really already versed on what we're doing. In fact, we're working on probably over 15 different modules, actively building it today, that's going to be coming into Command.
It's about an 8-hour presentation if you try to explain it to me.
Yeah, and I do my best. If you go to the booth, I
Yeah.
try to cover everything, so we'll be back there and we can walk everything through the booth.
And when you actually fly out to some of our top teams all across the country and do these, and you actually walk through this, and it takes you a full day.
It takes a full day.
All right.
So I picked 4. Hope 4 is okay. Hopefully, we'll pick the 4 that we can talk to. So the first one is deals. So we looked at how we do advertising and marketing. We were looking at contacts and lead gen. So now we have to work on deals. How do I manage a deal? So now we'll be able to have deal management in Command. So you'll be able to see a deal pipeline. But we understand everyone runs their business differently. So you'll be able to configure that pipeline within Command so that you have what are the specific stages that are important to your business. We'll also have things like offer management. So all the offers that come in, you'll be able to see them, compare them, add notes, and share them with your customer.
And this is where you start to see the platform play, because this offer comparison sheet right now, one of the biggest feedback we heard is that in the multiple offer situation, it takes a long time, a lot of Excel spreadsheets, a lot of virtual assistants to put those offer comparisons together. Did you guys agree with that? And so the way that what our top people wanted to do was be able to read the offers immediately out of dot loop, put them inside of our Command, and then with a couple check boxes, put those side-by-side comparisons I can easily send out to a client.
That's right. And with paper to digital, what Kelly's doing, we'll put that into offer management as well so that we can read the contracts.
All right, what else is coming?
So the next thing we have is a listing presentation, but in a digital experience. So we're calling it a listing consult. So this is very different. This is very unique. And I think Josh talked about it earlier, is we're actually taking a different approach where we're inviting your consumers to come in and be part of the journey with you. So we'll actually start to build what that consult should be. They'll be able to go look at information. They'll be able to rate their own home compared to others. And then we can produce a digital experience that goes over all the different metrics, from housing, from comparables, to markets, to migration patterns, to local insights. All the data that we have will be at your fingertips.
And so I also want to talk through what that really means. So we're actually labbing this right now in 2 markets. Ty, who's on there with us on Wednesday, is one of them. In markets where Compass and Redfin are doing this.
Right.
And they're doing this at and it looks really techy and pretty way, but they don't have enough data yet. Because even Redfin, who's large, only has about 3,000 agents. And so what we're actually saying is, can we take that as inspiration, put it on top of a 180,000 plus organization, and really take that to the next level. And so the way this works is 2 ways. You have the traditional way, which is, hey, Kelly, put together a listing experience for 123 Main Street. Kelly then comes back and puts together all the data for you, and now you have that as a PDF that you've branded and you can design and take that. Where these other companies are starting to play with it, we also have another option. What you're saying is, a listing lead comes in, and Kelly immediately reaches back out and says, hey, love to schedule, can't wait for our appointment. Go ahead and click this link to start the journey. And it shows them all the different photos of the homes on the market right now in that neighborhood. And they're saying, my kitchen is better or not as nice as this kitchen. My bedroom is nicer or not as nice as this bedroom. And what that's doing is now it's creating a relationship with that seller even before the listing presentation.
That's right.
And in our early tests from that with the people in labs, the abandonment, or people that cancel or don't have that listing appointment, almost goes to 0, because they want to hear what the outcome of that starting that process looks like. And they don't want to start that conversation over with a new listing agent. And so that's really an exciting thing. So that's going to be hitting markets at the end of the month.
So to add on to that, we're also working on smart plans. So everyone has action lists, checklists, things that you have to do, or you have people on your team to do. So we're going to take those and we're going to automate them for you. So smart plans is a way to automate all those action plans and checklists you have in the system. So for example, when you get a listing, what Josh just talked about, that's a smart plan. Say, hey, Kelly, just got this listing, put them on my Get Listing Smart Plan. They'll contact them, they'll send them a link to start the journey. If you have a follow-up.
And internally, so one of the use cases that we found in labs is when you get a listing, they're going to start the marketing program, but you also want to schedule the photographer. You also want to tell your listing coordinator. You also want to, right, like these are all the internal and external processes. Well, Smart Plan will do all of that for you. Everything's ready to go.
Exactly, and it'll generate a task for you. So every time there's a task, it'll generate it, so then Kelly knows what you have to do today. So just ask Kelly, what do I have to do? It's coming from Smart Plans.
The common line we have in labs is, how many of you guys have action plans? And everyone raises their hand, and we go, now how much confidence do you have that those action plans across your entire team are being operated flawlessly, exactly on time, exactly the way you want? And everyone kind of looks around and gets a little awkward, and he goes, so you have action hopes. And we want to go from action hopes to smart plans. And that's kind of the fundamental theory behind it.
That's right.
Awesome. All right.
And then lastly, just to summarize, these are just kind of libraries that we have in Smart Plans. Lastly, we have a new approach on how we do recruiting. Leslie and her team, they've actually designed.
And just because we're talking to leadership, I want to be really clear on this. This is for rainmakers who are recruiting agents on their teams.
That's right.
These are for teams that want to grow bigger businesses.
That's right. And they'll be able to go look at how they manage their job postings, their candidates, what candidates are in the pipeline, and how do they manage their CV process all within Command.
And this is taking the KPA process and putting it in a digital environment.
That's right.
So that we don't have to go from paper to digital right now, and it walks through the entire journey.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
Through this process, they can also refer some of those recruits back to the Market Center, to the team leader.
Fantastic. All righty. Now, Stacia, we've got, you and Gary have been working on some big plans around live streaming. And this is no joke. This is gutting whole floors and putting in all new broadband and camera crews. Like, this is like a big initiative. What's going on?
Oh, it's so true. It's exciting. So KW Video working together. We are, as you say, we're building out new live stream rooms so that we're able to, by January of 2019, have a full live stream calendar for our associates. So it'll include tech and agent training all day long.
That's fantastic. Yeah. And everything that we've talked about yesterday and everything that we're talking about today over the next week or so is going to show up in Connect.
It sure is. Great point. Absolutely. On the live streams, for example, on Monday, we'll have a CGI call that's live streamed that'll do a little recap of what people have learned from MegaCamp. Additionally, on next Friday, we'll have a latest in labs that people can dial into to find out what's been going on. And this is just going to keep going on and on. So we have those on a reoccurring schedule where people can find out what the latest is.
Awesome. And then, Bobby, one thing I want to ask you is, if I was, based off you going out and talking to all the teams and you going out and doing some of these regional labs, if I was in a region or if I was a market center, how can I take this back and run a little lab inside my market center, inside my region? What advice or how would you do that? Given that that's basically what you do every day of the week.
Right. So if you want to go back to your market center, just dive into this. The more you dive into the tech and the more you understand the tech and you keep up with KW and what they're offering, the more that you can accomplish what we're trying to accomplish in labs, which is to help empower and create that tech-enabled agent. That is our goal. That's what we're doing. That's why labs is expanding. We're trying to go into more virtual spaces so that we can bring in more agents and leadership across the country. And at the same time, we're expanding our labs team so that we can facilitate that. And on top of that, too, I'm also working with Stacia to make sure that we're going out to leadership and making sure that we can help. You can leverage us in assisting what you're doing in your market center.
And you guys are in the very early stages. You guys are working on a program to train coaches and teachers on so we can create the curriculum so that we can go out and create more knowledge share.
That's right. We're looking to empower as many people as we can.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, we want to take labs everywhere and make sure that your agents understand what's happening and they have visuals into it.
Guys, they're telling me that our 2-year-old is waking up from their nap, so we're going to have to go back and invite John Davis back out here. We really thank you guys for letting me come out and hang out with you guys.